Last time on Sortlocked, we made a massive leap on the collection log by obtaining all of the defenders from the Warriors Guild. We also completed Monkey Madness, which unlocked the Dragon Scimitar, which will be our best-in-slot weapon for the foreseeable future. On today's episode, we are slowing it down a little bit. Meet Sorter Andy. Andy's goal is simple: complete RuneScape's collection log in order, from the most commonly unlocked to the rarest. Thousands of unlocks, hundreds of grinds, one predetermined path. This is his journey. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are tackling collection slot number 11, the Hespori Seed. We just got one issue. I'm level 1 farming, and the only seeds we have easy access to are allotment seeds. These allotments have an extremely low chance of dropping the Hespori Seed. 1 in 562 to be exact. Our odds aren't great, but we've got to tackle this one way or the other. We've got a lot of farming to do, so let's get right to it. Alrighty, so we are here in Catherby at the farming shop. We are going to go ahead and buy some starter farming materials, mostly tools, as we have not gotten a single one of these yet. So I think I already have a spade, but I'm going to go ahead and just buy another one. Let me buy 2 watering cans. And then how much are these? The bucket packs, man, they're so expensive. So now that we've gotten the tools taken care of, I went and filled up the watering cans really quickly, but we are going to go ahead and weed all of these available plots and see if we can get a level. Alrighty, back at the Catherby Bank here, I have banked everything except my cash stack, and we are going to go ahead and start purchasing some pineapples on the docks here of Catherby. We will then be able to fill our compost bin over here with pineapples to make super compost. That is going to help us tremendously early on, and so I wanted to go ahead and handle this while we had a little bit of money left over and before any major farming gets done. So let's go ahead and start purchasing some pineapples. I think I've bought enough. I ran out of energy like a minute ago, and I honestly just cannot be bothered to run back and forth to buy pineapples without energy. So let's check out and see how many I've got. Oh, okay, 400. Yeah, that should be plenty for now. And here we are at the compost bin. Let's go ahead and get this guy filled up. That is our first bin of super compost that is starting to rot. And of course, while we are here, we are going to rake all of the beds, and then we are going to head over to Artie. Hey, and there is level 2 farming. First of many. Well, hopefully we can rake this shit a little bit quicker. Alrighty, got our 15 pineapples and our trusty old rake. We are going to head over to the Artie farm patch. So a very quick run over. I'm going to go ahead and throw the pineapples in the compost bin. And of course, we are going to rake all the patches available to us. Hey, and there is level 3 farming right at the end of our Artie farm patch. And here we are at the Falador patch, and more importantly, the Falador compost bin. I've got my trusty pineapples. Let's go ahead and fill this guy up here. There we go, close the top. Excellent. And of course, we are going to rake the patch. Alrighty, and that completes the Falador patch. Okay, so the nice thing about a long farming grind is that we have quite a bit of downtime to quest and improve the account while we wait for our crops to grow. Our main goal outside of getting the Hespori Seed is to unlock Mauritania and the Fairy Ring Network. This is going to make our farm runs significantly faster and much more convenient. First, we need to unlock Mauritania by completing Priest in Peril. This also gives us access to another farming patch, so that's an immediate win for us. From there, we'll knock out Nature's Spirit before taking a slight detour to complete the Knight's Sword, both Elemental Workshop quests, Monk's Friend, and the riveting tale of a Lilypad labor dispute. We're mainly after these quests for the XP rewards. We need 36 woodcutting and 31 crafting for Lost City, and these quests will get us most of the way there. After completing Lost City, we'll then be able to complete Fairy Tale Part 1 and then start Fairy Tale Part 2 to unlock the Fairy Ring Network. And of course, we'll be weaving farm runs throughout all of this as well. So with that being said, let's get on over to Varrock. And here we are at King Rold. Let's go ahead and give him a chat. Go ahead and start Priest in Peril. So what I didn't disclose to you all is the Guardians of the Rift detour in the beginning was also so that I could get the medium pouches just for this specific part where I need 50 rune essence. I got it just for this, just so you guys know. So this is it. It's all paying off. It's all paying off. There we go. And quest complete. We can now go into Mauritania. That being said, we also got 44 prayer, which is a kind of a big milestone because we unlock Eagle Eye. Now, of course, 15% of my amazing ranged level is not a whole lot, but we have it for the future. So, Drizzle is actually the start of Nature Spirit, which is the next quest that we are going to complete. So we're just going to go ahead and start the quest while we're here. May as well, right? And before we go any further, I am going to run over to the farming patch really quickly and fill up the compost bin and, of course, rake all the patches. Okay, so there might be a little change of plans here. I was looking through the quest guide for Nature Spirit, and I completely forgot that we need a silver sickle. And for a silver sickle, we need 18 crafting. So we're going to have to go on a little bit of a detour here to get that. Man, and I made that nice graphic for that cutscene, and it's all messed up now. It's... whatever. We are just going to add Murder Mystery and Dwarf Cannon to our list as they both reward enough crafting XP for us to make the Silver Sickle. Oh, and there's level 4 farming before we finished up the patch here. It's pretty cool. And there is the completion of Murder Mystery. There's our nice little chunk of crafting XP as well as 2K. Which genuinely is actually useful at this moment in time. So we will take it. We will certainly take that. And here we are at the start of the Dwarf Cannon. And there we go, Dwarf Cannon completed. And level 18 crafting, exactly what we came for. And of course, as you can see, Silver Sickle can now be crafted. Now that we have level 18 crafting, we need to make one last detour. We need to create the Silver Sickle so that we can go on and complete Nature Spirit. So first stop here, we need to get a sickle mold. While we're here, we are also just going to go ahead and pick up the rest of the molds here because I'm sure we are going to need all of them at some point. Gonna grab a couple of these and then we are gonna head over to a furnace to smelt them. And here we are upcoming on the Lumbridge furnace. Let's go ahead and get these silver ores smelted into So again, in my ultimate wisdom, I completely forgot that I needed a fucking smithing level to smith a goddamn bar. So I got to figure out how to get a silver bar really quickly. Okay, so not the end of the world. There is a silver merchant here in Arty Market, so I'm just going to buy the bar, which is unfortunate. It is 150 gold, but it is what it is. We are using the 2,000 gold we got from Murder Mystery to help us out. Let's go ahead and get our sickle made. Silver sickle. Whoop. Let's not make a second one. That was close. So before we head back over to Mauritania to complete Nature Spirit, I flipped the Arty, Catherby, and Falador patches here and got level 10 farming. And here we are back in Mauritania at the head of the swamp. we're going to go ahead and get on down to where Nature Spirit takes place. And there we go! Nature Spirit has been completed, and a decent amount of XP to boot. And that got us level 23 crafting. Very nice. For our next quest, we will be completing the Knight's Sword. That requires us to make a red berry pie, which requires level 10 cooking. Figure the quickest way to get that is by fishing and cooking some shrimp in Lumbridge. Alrighty, so we are back at the bank here. I got about 2 inventories worth of raw shrimps. I'm hoping this is going to be enough for level 10 cooking. And while we're lighting these logs, I did want to show you that I got level 7 fishing. We also just got level 3 fire making. And finally, level 10. So now that we have level 10 cooking, we can of course make the red berry pies. I've got them here in my inventory, at least the uncooked version of them, and we are here in Juliet's house in Varrock. I saw it on a list and was like, you know what? Somebody probably hasn't cooked on that range in like 20 years, so let's go cook on it. And here we are. So let's hope that Juliet's range brings some good luck and we don't burn all 3 of these pies. All right, that's 1. Oh shit, oh shit. So I had to run all over the world again just to make 3 more uncooked berry pies thanks to Juliet's fucked range. So anyway, I'm here at the much better range here with my buddy Doris in Edgeville. Doris keeps a really tidy house here, and her range is absolutely going to cook all 3 of these pies. So let's give it a shot and let's cook these pies. You see, we've got our red berry pie. We can go and do the Knight's Sword. And here we are in Falador. We are going to talk to the Squire here and get the Knight's Sword started. Back at the Squire to complete the Knight's Sword. Here we go. Huge chunk of smithing experience. That is so nice. And immediately we go straight to 29 smithing. That is so awesome. So the next quest on the list is Elemental Workshop 1, which requires us to search this bookcase for the battered book, which I have already done. We are going to go ahead and give it a read, which allows us to start the quest. And there is the completion of Elemental Workshop 1. We are here in the exam center near Varrock. We are going to go ahead and search this bookcase and start Elemental Workshop 2. Boom, there we go. Elemental Workshop 2 complete. And a total of 15,000 experience across crafting and smithing, which gets us to a level of 36 smithing and 33 crafting. That is absolutely sick. So now that we've taken care of the crafting level, we need to figure out wood cutting. And of course, that means it is time for Monk's Friend. And after a grand total of about 120 seconds, we are back at Brother Omad to finish up the quest. And yeah, you see the blue outline there. I still had to quest helper Monk's Friend. Shut the fuck up. Okay. There we go. Monk's Friend has been completed. And of course, the 2,000 woodcutting XP, and honestly, the 8 law runes are well appreciated as well. That gets us to level 14 woodcutting. The next quest we will be completing will be the riveting tale of a lily pad labor dispute. That, of course, will require us to head on over to Varlamore, but first, we need to get level 15 woodcutting. And a grand total of 10 logs later, we have level 15 woodcutting. And here we are in Varlamore with Mr. Marcellus here, and of course, the capybaras. We are going to go ahead and start this quest, and it shouldn't take too terribly long, so let's get on with it. And here we are at the end of the Riveting Tale quest. Again, yes, I did use Quest Helper. I do not need the sass. Hey, and there we go. 2,000 woodcutting XP, which should push us up to level 19. Now that we've gotten all those quests done, unfortunately, I am just going to have to woodcut the old-fashioned way all the way up to level 36. But first, we are going to stop over in Auburnvale to buy us a new axe. I went ahead and purchased the axes from Mr. Lunami here. I got both the mithril axe and the adamant axe. We'll need the mithril axe later on for animal magnetism, and it will be useful in 1 level. So we'll use it for a little bit, but at minimum, we will need it for animal magnetism, like I said. So let's go ahead and head back on over to Varrock and push on to level 36 woodcutting. Hey, and would you look at that, our very first bird's nest. And a papaya tree seed, Jesus. That's actually not bad. And there we go, level 36 woodcutting. That didn't actually take too long. Before we start the Lost City quest, I figured while we were close, we should come over to the Falador farming patch. I do have my trusty pineapples here, and I also figured that it should be time that we start planting some seeds since we do have a little bit of a stack. Alrighty, and that is everything finished up there. I actually have to log off, so this is going to be instantaneous for both you and me. Hopefully both of my potatoes survive here. Looks like both of our allotments survived, so maybe we'll get lucky here and I can nab a Hespori seed really quickly. I highly doubt it, but let's see. Should actually get a farming level as well. Yep, and there's level 11 farming. Very cool. Everything is good to go here. I did get level 12 farming, which does give me access to tomatoes, which is really cool. I do have a couple of those stashed away in the bank ready to go. And here we are at the edge of the Lumbridge Swamp. We are going to go ahead and start the Lost City. And here we are on the caves of Intrana. We've got to get an axe from these zombies now. Oh my god, I literally got it on the first kill. Let's go. Yeah, that can be kind of a pain in the ass sometimes, so. And the tree is dead. Let's go chop our Drummond tree. Alrighty, and entering the shed, and there we go. Lost City has been completed. For those of you veterans that are watching, and/or Ironmen, you probably know what I'm about to get. But, that being said, let's go ahead and hop on through this door here. Now, the requirement to get through this door is 1 uncut diamond, which luckily, because we went ahead and completed Monkey Madness, we got 2 uncut diamonds as a reward for that, so pretty awesome. Now we're gonna come on over here to the weapon shop. And look at that, a dragon dagger. Now, the dragon dagger costs 30k, which of course we have more than that, which is great, but let's go ahead and purchase this. And look at that, the first real spec weapon on the account has been unlocked. Get out of my shot, Choir! So now that we've got Lost City completed and the dragon dagger secured, we have one last quest that we need to complete, and that is going to be Fairy Tale Part 1. We're here in the Draenor Market. We need to speak with Martin, the Master Gardener, to start it. Let's go ahead and get this started, and we are going to have to take a tour of the world and speak to all the farmers. So I was on my way to talk to old Elston here, and I noticed that both of my potato plants were diseased, so I had to run and grab some plant cure over from Sarah and the farming shop over here. But I did stock up on some plant cure, which is going to be great for the future, and we did save both of our allotments here, which is also great. So I'm going to stock these in here, and we are going to continue on with our quest. And of course, we are going to weed all the patches near the farmers that we are speaking to, because why not? Excuse me, sir. That's a great name. Need to speak to Heskel here in the Falador Park, Tresnor here in Varrock, and Drevin here next to the Champions Guild. And back at Martin the Master Gardener. Pop on over to Zeneris, and here at the Fairy Godfather. Quick interruption here. For those who don't know, Fairy Tale Part 1 has a section where you visit an NPC south of Falador who tells you 3 random items that you need to collect to create the magic secateurs, which are used to kill Tangleroot at the end of the quest. So let's find out what I got. Alrighty, so I got a Mortmeyer pear, a Mortmeyer stem, and a Mortmeyer mushroom. And luckily, I've already got the Mortmeyer mushroom. I'm not sure how I'm going to get the pear or the stem. I need to look this up. Alright, well, I guess let's head on over to Mauritania. And you guessed it, before we enter the Mauritania swamp, we are going to pop on over here to the farming patches. My dumbass apparently thought that all I needed was seeds for one allotment, so I guess we're only planting one, because I'm not making another trip back over here. Like, really, what the fuck is wrong with me? Okay, I went to the bank and got the seeds, shut up about it. Dude, I forgot my seed dibber. Jesus Christ. See, this is what I get for making a second trip to the bank, because if I would have just tried to plant the 3 seeds while I was here, I would have figured that out and it would have just been one extra trip. But instead, I had to be good and I had to go get the 3 seeds first. This is why we don't do that. This is why we're not good. This is why we're lazy. Laziness wins, I'm telling you. Yeah, quick detour to the farming patch, my ass. Okay, back over to the patch. 3rd time's the charm, I guess. Well, at least with all the struggle, we got a farming level out of it. And here we are at the head of the Mauritania swamp. We're going to head on in and hopefully get all the items we need with the 44 prayer points that we have. Otherwise, I am going to have to leave and find an altar somewhere. There's our pear. And there is our budding branch. Wow, okay, well that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, we are going to head on down to the grotto and get this portion of the quest done. It's actually pretty crazy how lucky I was with these 3 items. This quest can actually be a serious bitch for Ironman, depending on which items you get here. So, super glad these are the 3 I got. Yes, sir, and we got the magic secateurs. Here we are in the Tanglefoot lair. We do have to use the secateurs to kill the Tanglefoot, so I'm not sure how long this will take. I definitely should have brought an attack and strength potion with me. I really don't know how much this really affects anything. Like, I think the damage is mostly based off of the farming level. So anyway, let's go ahead and kill it, and we'll go ahead and finish out this quest. Should just be finishing up here in just a second. There we go. The Tanglefoot is killed. And we are back at the Godfather to finish out the quest. There we go. Fairy Tale Part 1 has been completed. We are going to start Fairy Tale Part 2 to, of course, unlock a very important transportation system in the game. So let's talk to Martin once again. And unfortunately, all we have to do now is just wait a couple of minutes. Then we'll speak to Martin again. We have waited the 5 minutes that is required. Let's go ahead and speak to Martin again. And that allows us to start Fairy Tale Part 2. Let's get on back over to Zenaris. And we've got another grave random here. Gonna do this right quick. Yes! There we go. That is the zombie mask unlocked. Not important for the progression of the account, but we always do love a new collection log. So we will take it. Let's go. And let's go ahead and give the Godfather here a chat. Alrighty now, I know that didn't seem like much there, but this has officially unlocked the fairy ring system. Of course, our farming runs have become much easier. So that being said, we are going to start doing some hardcore farming runs. I've also upgraded here, and we are going to start doing some onion seeds. So anyway, let's head on over to Varlamore first, and we will do a farm run. That completes Varlamore. And here we are at the Mauritania patch. Looks like both of our potato patches here survived, so maybe this will be the one. Alrighty, we are back for another farm run. So if I were to guess, I'm assuming this is probably like my 12th or 13th farm run. Maybe more, maybe less. I'm kind of unsure. It's been like 3 or 4 days now. Really only been logging on to do the farm runs. I'm really not trying to add too much playtime. Not that it particularly matters. You guys might have also noticed the rosemary that has now been added to each one of my runs. Rosemary is another seed that is free at Sarah, the seed vendor, and Draenor Village. So I figured, you know, I'm already here, may as well hit the the flower patch. So picked up a decent amount of rosemary seeds. Have been chugging through quite a few of those. Nothing quite yet. They do have the same chance to drop the Hespori seed that allotment plants do, so it's really not that much a benefit to do it, but I mean, it's basically free, so I may as well. And I don't use super compost on it, so like 9 times out of 10 it does die, but every once in a while, you know, you get a few little extra chances for a Hespori seed on each run, so we'll certainly take it. You know, it's been one of those days. It is not even 8 a.m. yet, and I have done 3 farm runs. Y'all ever have one of those mornings where, like, you wake up at, like, 3 a.m. and can't go back to bed? Yeah, that was one of those mornings for me, and instead of getting up and coming and doing, like, another 5 farm runs, I sat and stared at my ceiling and tried to go back to bed. So major experience waste and chance at Hespori seed waste, but regardless, we're back again. Let's go ahead and do our rounds here. Now, it looks like we are going to run out of cabbage seeds this run, which is not a big issue. Oh, and there's level 38 farming. I don't know why we didn't get a pop-up, which unlocks toad flags. Very cool. We get to make our Sarrow brews now. Well, no nat run. I think I have finally decided that I'm just gonna have to buy some hops. I don't know why I like had this thought that I was gonna be able to like get this Hespori seed like really quickly. So I was a little stubborn and just went with the allotment patches and then like very quickly added the flour, but yeah, I'm gonna need to do the hops. The Yanilian seed has a 1 in 149 chance to drop a Hespori seed. And that's in comparison to, say, like a cabbage or an onion seed, which I've been planting, which is 1 out of 562. It is a pretty insane upgrade and drop chance. I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch of seeds. I'm also going to go ahead and re-up on cabbage and onion seeds while I'm here, just may as well. So I did pick up about 150 of each of these 3 seeds here. So I've got 2 different types of hops, and then I did get a bunch of cabbage seeds as well. Did get a little bit of onion, but didn't need a terrible amount. So hopefully between all of these seeds, one of them will be the one that gives us the Hespori seed. So anyway, we are going to head on over to our first hops patch and go ahead and start farming hops. And here we are in Lumbridge, raking out our first hops patch. We are going to start with the Yanilian hops here. They are going to give us the greatest chance of getting the Hespori seed, and then we will move on to the jute after that. And the second one here in Yanil. There we go. Boom. And our next one here is on Aldurin, conveniently right next to the fairy ring. And lastly, we are here near Styr's Village. I don't think I'm going to do the Intrana hops patch just because, to be completely honest, it's just kind of a pain in the ass at this level. So I think I'm going to pass on that one. But other than that, we have got something in every hops patch in RuneScape. Alrighty, it is a new day. We are here at the Falador patch. My dumbass planted cabbages here again. Anyway, let's get on with it. This is going to be our first farm run with the hops involved, so this should be an exciting one. And it looks like our first one is fully grown. Let's go. See if we can get lucky on the very first hops patch. Wouldn't that be crazy, dude? Yep, not lucky. And our second ops patch here is also fully grown. Let's go. Nada. Ah, dang it. First set of dead ones. Dang, dude, 2 of them died. It sucks. Okay, whatever. Yeah, ready. Well, that finishes up this farm run. On to the next.
One eternity later.
There it is. We got it, boys. We got the Hespori seed. Man, this is the 5th hops plant I've done. Wow, that's crazy. So adding the hops actually worked. This took me about a week to get, which is insane. Gosh, man, that's wild. So I know that reaction was rather muted, but it's kind of funny that, like, with a farming task such as the one that I just did, you kind of just get in this grind where, like, you know, you're going on a farm run, nothing fun is happening, right? So, like, when it popped up, I was like, what the heck? It's such a weird thing to get excited about because, like, if you farm a lot, you get Hespori seeds all the time. All the time you get Hespori seeds. To just get one now, it didn't really seem that crazy, but I was like, holy shit, we got it. But anyway, we almost got level 40 farming, which is cool. That being said, we are on to our next goal, which would be graceful. So basically, our next goal is to get all the graceful pieces minus the boots and cape. Which makes sense because of exactly what I'm wearing here. Most players have got the Boots of Lightness and the Artie Cape when they are doing this graceful grind. We won't unlock them initially, but I think it's like the 3 or 4 collections down the line we will unlock the full outfit. So that, of course, wraps up today's video. I know that farming isn't the most enthralling content to watch, so I hope I at least made it somewhat entertaining for y'all. I promise that we have some really great collections coming up, but we just have to take care of a couple more skilling grinds. But with that being said, until next time, see ya.